Hi, Pisces. Hope you guys are doing well. Let's get into your reading for September of 2019. Show me energy present for the sign of Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in regard to love and relationships. Whomever is dealing with Pisces, cross watchers, people of this energy that are needing to hear this, show me for Pisces. You have the Ace of Pentacles coming out in reverse. Four of Wands coming out in reverse. So some of you may be needing to balance out your finances right now, figure out what's most important to you, where are you overspending, where are you just bleeding yourself dry. Some of you may be dealing with a situation where you need to pay your bills, make sure that everything is taken care of. The end of the month is coming, and or I'm sorry, the new month is coming, rent is coming, you know. I'm feeling here there's a lack of stability, but it feels more so fragmented and like we have a lot of problems in regard to our finances. It's on a multi-level energy that I'm picking up on. It's like there's too many things that are in a deficit. There's too many things that are not working right now financially for some people. Some of you may not get a loan on a house. Maybe turn down for that. That's okay. Back to the drawing board. Show me more for Pisces. So you have the Page of Wands. Communication, quick communication with somebody. Could be a fire sign, Capricorn. I'm sorry, Sagittarius, Leo, Aries energy. Give me more. Three of Wands. Four of Cups in reverse. The Page of Wands in regard to the Three of Wands, I think that this is, did you do your homework right? Did you make sure that everything that you've put your energy and effort into was solid? You know, are you kind of hoping that things just come together when maybe you needed to put more energy and effort into something to solidify it, to stabilize it more? Did you have all of the facts? I feel like there's some fact checking here happening for you where you have to look in on things, and you may have been disregarding it. You may have been ignoring these tasks because they're not fun to do, because they are boring, because you would rather be doing something else. And so when you play into that type of aspect and mindset, it's like you you basically negate responsibilities here. That's what I'm feeling. This is somebody's negated their responsibilities, and it's kind of like everything's being held on by a wing and a prayer. And that's not the way to live life, Pisces. That's very counterproductive. And it doesn't leave you in a healthy mindset. You need to be strong with your money. You need to feel satisfied and stabilized and okay, like better than okay. You need to feel like, shit, I got my shit together. This doesn't feel like I got my shit together. It's like what's coming is coming and I need to scramble. Show me more. Show me the future energy for Pisces here. The King of Swords. Libran energy. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Show me more. Flip over. Okay, you have the Four of Pentacles. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Swords. So with the Six of Swords here, it's an energy where we have to get out of this mindset, this way of being, frivolity, things that just blowing money on stuff that doesn't make sense. You have to get your finances under control here, Pisces. This is more, what I'm feeling is more of a financial reading at this point. I feel you want to start working on things that are going to be bringing you longevity in the future, things that are going to actually make sense for yourself in the future, long-term plans, but it doesn't feel like you can actually access that just because it doesn't feel that you're ready for it. Or the plan isn't ready yet. You need to work harder on what it is that you're going to start to try and achieve. Here we have the King of Swords looking in on all of this. The King of Swords can be a legal advisor. This may be somebody dealing with taxes. You may be needing to pay taxes. This may be a situation, back taxes. Some of you may have just been incredibly late with your taxes. This is also somebody who, like I said, is an advisor, but it's somebody that cuts through the bullshit. This may also be your energy, where you have to hold on to this type of personality type of trait, where that doesn't make sense, where you are essentially utilizing your logical mind in regard to how you balance your life out through finances. I hope that makes sense. So basically, like, am I blowing money on fancy cheeses? Am I buying too, like for me, I buy too much perfume. I stopped. It was an addiction. I don't drink anymore. I don't do drugs anymore. But apparently perfume can be as much of an addiction as those things. Let me tell you. So I'm going to move this just a little bit. There we go. So with this, like, it feels like we need to really maintain some sort of level of level-headedness and stability. And what's that stuff called? Diligence and restraint, and making sure that you're not just like willy-nilly about your decision making in regard to your finances, because you have the opportunity to move away from this situation. This has been weighing a lot on your mind. I don't feel that this is a love reading. I'm sorry. I feel that this is a situation where we're needing to get balance in regard to how we are dealing with our lives. Show me the Ace of Cups and Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Show me the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. Yeah. So you have the Page of Pentacles here with the Queen of Pentacles, bottom of the deck, the Ten of Pentacles. So I don't think that, again, I don't think that this is like a family situation. You may have been referring to your family to pay your bills, or asking your family to help you. Maybe your mother was helping you. Some of you may have a child, and so that energy was being put towards your child. This is a reading where somebody needs to get back on top of their money, okay? You have responsibilities. But more so than anything, you need to be in this position. This is where you need to be. Instead of asking people for money, instead of reaching out to people for money, this is more of an energy where we need to become self-reliant. We need to work on things that are going to make more money for us, stabilize our lives on all accounts, our home, our business, the things we put into ourselves, like food and fuel. We forget that, we are like giant plants. Like, we don't just need water, we need good food, nurturing things. Like, if you're running from thing to thing and your life is a whirlwind and you're drinking too much and you're eating garbage, what are you feeding your body? Like, this is all about taking care of yourself, preserving your life and your experience, which is for your children, but it's also for the longevity of you on the whole. It feels like somebody here doesn't really have that. They're floundering and out of that. Show me the Four of Wands in reverse for Pisces. You have the Seven of Wands and the Nine of Swords. So in regard to this home situation, this is likely bringing you a fair amount of anxiety. It's non-stop thinking and worrying about this situation. Some of you may be on the brink of losing your home, your apartment. Some of you may be, again, this worry about getting a loan. It may not come. Pisces, wow, I really wanted to give you a nice reading. This is just kind of harsh truth information. And if it's not your truth, don't watch it. This isn't for you. If it's not for you, it's not for you. Yeah, this is all about being in your head, worry. Somebody here is not being prosperous right now. Things are falling apart. The foundation of their life is falling apart. And I think there's an energy here where it's like, I caused this. It's like hands over head, shutting our eyes, worrying, but it's like, I caused this, and having to look at that. Show me the Page of Wands for Pisces. What is this energy? Is this communication? What is this? So you have the Nine of Pentacles with the Page of Wands at the bottom of the deck. This is basically communication, I'm sorry. Yes, this is communication. The Nine of Pentacles is about being on your own, doing things on your own, solidifying your life, making sure that you are in tip-top shape financially. It can lead into emotionally as well, because when we're taken care of financially, we tend to be better emotionally on our own. You're not like drowning in bills and sorrow, you know, you're not worried about the roof over your head. Some of you also, this may be a situation where your landlord may be selling a home as well, and you need to amass a fair amount of money to, what's it called? To find a new place very quickly. That just came in for somebody. But the Nine of Pentacles is essentially an energy where we are working on our own to solidify our life. We are happy about it. It's something that we've done on our own. It's, you know, being stable and enjoying ourselves. And I think right now we don't have that. It's like we're looking towards that. We want that. But again, this energy here with this Page of Wands, the Page of Wands is, they're all students, the pages. They're students to a certain degree, okay? But this is about learning, gathering information, finding out things that you're passionate about. Sometimes it's not just about that learning aspect, though. Sometimes it's about being an immature, younger type of thought process or person, where we are just blowing our money, having fun, and going out for drinks. We are just excited and ready for the party life, and like we're not really thinking ahead. You know, this can have an effect here. And the reason I'm saying this is because with this Three of Wands, I'm feeling like it's almost like a awakening, or like an understanding of the energy that we have put out. You know, we may have this grand idea of what we want, but the energy that we have put out doesn't really support what we want. It supports what we get, but it's not going to really truly support what we want, that grand vision. So we have to go back to the drawing board. We have to work very, very diligently on what we want in our lives so that we can achieve this energy. I think that that's what that's there for. I honestly do. I don't think that there's much, and it's about relearning, retracing your steps, relearning what you're going to be getting into, involving yourself in things that you actually do want to work within. But it's about staying power, longevity, you know, having the sense to really stay. I mean, I think most people get ideas in their heads and they want to explore and, you know, take time out to really think about something, and, you know, maybe I'll go here and there and try something new and whatever. And, you know, and they dabble their toes in it, but like it doesn't stick. Something here needs to stick. You need to not go into situations with breeze in with an energy of like, oh my God, yes, I'm ready to do this, and I'm so excited about this, and I want to know more about this, and then like you leave it. You do that again with something different entirely. It's like a little gnat, you know, like on a buffet of fruit. Like you're here to this orange and then that to banana, and like, you know, back and forth and back and forth. Like it's somebody who can't sit still. It's somebody who's all over the place, you know. And you're enjoyable to talk to. People want to get involved with you. People are excited to know you, and you're a lot of fun. But does a lot of fun pay the bills? Show me the Three of Wands for Pisces. So you have the Wheel of Fortune, and you have the Two of Cups. Some of you are missing somebody. This also may be, I'm feeling here too, in certain ways. Some of you maybe have taken a break from life, and in not the healthiest of ways. Some of you may have kind of just stopped caring in certain ways in regard to somebody. You can want somebody, and somebody may come into your life, and you can have an extreme amount of love, but there's an energy here where it's like you have to take care of yourself too. If there's been a heartbreak in the past, what I'm feeling, like maybe somebody didn't accept you, or things didn't go quite as planned, somebody didn't want your advance, didn't respond well to you. It's taken a toll, but it's also a time to understand how that can change. And I don't mean, by change, I don't mean, yes, you can hold on to this relationship and it's going to change and it's going to be roses and fairy dust. Like, that's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about utilize the learning, the information that you've experienced from this pain. I feel that this is for somebody who has kind of let a lot of themselves go. This reading is for somebody who's kind of let a lot of themselves go, and they're trying to figure out and find new balance within their lives. It feels here too that there's been a fair amount of energy where we've been withdrawn. And it's been difficult to piece through that. You know, it's like you're kind of on the brim of coming out of it and then it's back in, and like it's just this weird cycle that doesn't end. But I think it's important to show yourself love, show yourself the opportunity, give yourself the opportunity for something more here, because you're on your own here. You know, I don't see any other indication really of anybody else being here. I know a lot of people would disagree with the King of Swords here and the Queen of Pentacles. I feel that this is a personal, like, internal situation, though. I do. Show me the Four of Cups for Pisces. When you let this, because this is cycles, but this is also cycles within love, cycles within holding on to people that may have pushed us away, not accepted us, not loved us, not reciprocated. And it's like you're still hoping, you're still waiting for this person to come in. But I think it's important for you to actually step away from this now. Be in your power. You need to be a powerful person. Some aspect of what you've gone through here has caused you to kind of dwindle away. And not in the best, not in the best way. Dwindling never is in the best way. But here it feels like somebody's dwindled away and they've had their hearts and emotions completely set on something that's been in a cycle, its own self. You may have been in a situation with somebody who's also been in a cycle of their own, where they have to look at themselves, where they have to start to look within. It's like when we get in those relationships, we sometimes can be a catalyst for another person's growth. We're all catalysts for each other's growth. That's part of our experience in this world. Okay. I love that Marcel's tail is right over the Two of Cups, and he's like, you know, being back and forth on the Six of Swords. It's like, okay, we need to block out this energy with this Two of Cups here and move forward, move away from this. I know that's a weird thing to say. It's like taking care of ourselves. Show me the Four of Cups here for Pisces. Yeah, you have a situation where somebody, you really saw something wonderful with a person, and you saw this to be a very intense, in-depth connection. And that is not how it ended up. They denied you. But again, we have a call to be very honest with ourselves, be very genuine and real with ourselves in regard to how we end up changing the course of our path. How we choose to look at relationships, how we choose to look at how we operate and act within relationships, where we give too much of our power over to people, where we hold on to situations that are deadlocked and nothing happening, you know? Be careful about that. I feel you have the potential to meet somebody very wonderful, but it comes after experiencing this and going through problems. Show me the King of Swords. We have Lovers in reverse. You may have been dealing with an air sign. I feel here like you... Give me one more for the King. Strength. This is a situation, it feels like, where somebody may have been very cold with you, cut you off, and has been very silent here. Everything has just been shut off. I feel that this is like a dual energy reading. I feel that there's multifaceted layers here. Some aspect of you either has just been really painful, and the way that you've been self-soothing is by overspending. You may have been dealing with somebody, it could be an air sign, Aquarian, Libra, Sagittarius, or Aquarian, Libra, Gemini, but it just can represent somebody who's been very cold to you, who's been very disconnected, and they remain so. They've taken you off of their list. It's like you don't exist anymore. That's really painful. I feel very upset right now. I feel very painful here with that. That's like cold on my back. It's taken you a fair amount of patience and strength to move forward through this, Pisces. That won't happen with everybody, but you need to let this be a true lesson to you. You need to allow this to be a point in a turning point in your life, okay? Don't play the victim. Take responsibility and accountability for your actions. If you have overgiven to somebody, have put somebody on a pedestal, if you have, made somebody something they are not, they're showing you who they are, and they're showing you what they will. This is falling on the Seven of Wands. It's the Four of Swords. It's a need to be very, it's coming out of this, but coming out of it slowly, taking time to heal. Now, this is going to be in regard to a home situation where that's just kind of falling apart. You're going to need to find some sort of solace. You're going to need to find a place where you can have rest, where you can be safe. And that's anxious making. It's burdensome, but you're going to have to. Some of you are not leaving your homes. It's just things are on the fritz right now, and you really need to be very honest with yourself in how to get this back on track. Show me the Four of Pentacles. Show me the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, Three of Swords. So, okay. So now there's like aspects here where this is coming together in regard to personal experience with somebody and the other aspect of the situation with a person that they were dealing with. The Three of Swords, Pisces, communicates an energy where we are heartbroken. We're heartbroken. It can talk about third-party situations. It talks about people who have so much pain in their heart that they can't move forward in life. They don't want anybody else to access their heart in the future. They're just kind of blocked off. Here we're holding that energy. This is kind of what I've been talking about in this whole reading. The energy that I've been picking up on is somebody who's been wounded by a situation. I'm glad that it unfolded in the way that it did, because in the beginning it was very disjointed, but it feels like this not paying attention to the home, not paying attention to finances is a direct cause of this pain, this frustration with a person here. And it's led you to kind of just fall apart. You can't stay in this energy. And right now what I'm hearing and feeling is that you're in this energy, and it's just kind of like locking you here. You're deadlocked here in this energy of pain and stagnancy. And I think that's why we need to be this King of Swords as well. You may have been dealing with somebody who was cold and disconnected and emotionally devoid, but now this is also an energy, an aspect for you, opportunity for you to turn inward and become very, very clear about how you want to experience your life. Become very clear in what you will and will not do, will and will not spend on, what you save for, your priorities. This is logic. This is utilizing logic in its finest forms without being emotionally discombobulated. It's getting your shit together and being very, very forward thinking. Show me the Six of Swords for Pisces. Oh, I do want to mention at the bottom of the deck for all of that too, you had the Star. So this is a fair amount of healing. Absolutely needing to heal from this situation. Please don't hold on to this anymore. If you're dealing with somebody that is absolutely disconnected, cold, shut off, just completely devoid of emotion, let them go. Let them go. It's going to cause more of this. It's going to detract from your life where you need to take care of things most. I know this reading isn't for everybody, but who it's for, I hope that it's helpful. Give me one more for the King of Swords. Give me one more. Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? I don't want the King of Swords. I want the Six of Swords. Show me the Six of Swords. So you have the Eight of Swords with the Three of Cups here. And the Four of Wands at the bottom of the deck. This is a reiteration for me of the desire. You guys are really, somebody here is really, really trapped in desiring somebody and wanting somebody so badly that they can't let it go. They can't let it go. If you give yourself the opportunity to take the blindfold off and walk away from this, you have opportunities with people who are of your like mind, who are like-minded and of your energy, you know. But Lord knows you have to build your energy up so that you actually are feeling alive again, human again, connected to people that are healthy. Don't go back into a situation where you're dealing with somebody who's not healthy. Be healthy. Try and heal yourself, absolutely. But right now what I'm feeling is that there's this block here in regard to moving away from this. It's hard. It's hard because you've held on to it for so long. It's become almost like like the fabric of your life. Jesus, I sound like a fucking like jean cotton commercial. Yeah, it feels like it's such a everyday experience that you feel this pain or this heartache that it's just like part of your thought process. And that's going to be something that you need to disconnect from. That's going to be something that you need to open yourself up and away from. You need to get away from this energy. But it comes first by blindfolding ourselves, taking off the blindfold, looking at things that are painful, looking at how we hold on to things that are not reciprocated. Looking at people who treat us like crap and having to look at why we want to go back to that or why we want them in our lives or how they, you know, can fix this. Or maybe if I did something different, I could fix this. I'm sorry. Why are you sorry towards somebody who cut you out and disregarded you? That's being utterly cold and emotionless. You have the opportunity to move away from this situation. It takes healing. It takes perseverance. It takes a desire to be stable, to endure. It takes patience. But you end up with a situation that's far more palatable, far more acceptable than where this is. Give me the Two of Cups. You have the Ten of Swords in reverse here. Ten of Swords in reverse is pulling the swords out of our own back. I feel that somebody here has really hurt you and you're hoping that they come back. You're hoping that something changes here. But what needs to change is you. What needs to change is your thought process within this. How you accept your role, how you accept your experience here, what accountability you take here. You're not a victim. Everybody plays a part. Everybody plays a part. And even if you are a victim, you know, you had a role in something. I'm not saying it's your fault, but you had a role in the experience. Where do you take accountability for that? Where do you take your, where do you take yourself out of this? This is about taking yourself out of pain, the Ten of Swords. Removing yourself from this painful experience, this thought process here. Even when Marcel's tail was on it and you could see this person, he was covering up the other person. I feel that this is a call for you to be singular right now. For those of you in relationships, this really doesn't apply, does it? You need to utilize your best judgment. You need to be very on point with how you express your feelings, how you open yourself up. And by some of that, I also mean how you can actually... Okay, so what I'm getting right now is a picture of this room where it's just a literal block room of like cement walls, and there's a stack of just old dishes in front of you, and you're hurling them at the wall. You're hurling them like it's like to release tension, release pain, release frustration. You can break a dish and be like, Mother, I fucking hate you. You made the worst casserole. You know, like, Dad, why did you touch me? You know, this person, why did you disregard me? Why did you not care? Why did you not see me? Why did you not value me? Break those dishes. Find a way to do that. Find a way to get that energy out of you. Sometimes when I need to release, I'll get my pillow and I'll bury my face in it and I'll scream. I will scream. Crazy screaming. I let that out. But the point is to let it out. It's not to buy another bottle of perfume or, be excessive and go down to the casino or buy another sack of weed, and just numb out. It's not about that. It's not about drinking yourself numb where you're not feeling. It's not about not eating. I feel here too, somebody's just like not eating. They're not eating well. They're not eating healthy. They're not eating enough, not drinking enough water. Something here, it's like the body is lacking, the mind is lacking. Therefore, the spirit energy is devoid. It's lowered. You need to raise that up. You need to live in a higher vibration. This is about changing this experience. This has been too much going on for too long, Pisces. Okay. You need to take advantage of the opportunity here that's being presented to you, and that is moving forward in your life, moving forward in the direction that you need to. But it happens when you take control. It happens when you take control. It happens when you take off this fucking blindfold where we've been lying to ourselves and not paying attention to what's necessary and for us, and we turn within and we change things on our own. It's a long road. It's not easy and it's not fast, but it's your life and you get to experience it until you die. So make the best of it. Don't be lazy. And don't be so sorrowful that you can't move. Take the bull by the horns. If life hands you lemons, take those lemons and shove them up the ass of the bull. Like, for real. Take the bull by the horns and drive. Take the wheel of the world and drive. Give me advice for Pisces. Give me advice for Pisces. You have the Hermit. Usnea. The Hermit. This is going within. It is looking in ourselves for guidance, trusting ourselves, deep meditation, prayer, healing, intentional healing, intentional prayer, intentional meditation, taking time for yourself to be sure that you are with yourself, turning off your phone, turning off the TV. This is about deconnecting from your distractions, disconnecting from your distractions, healing yourself, putting your energy towards yourself, making sure that you are doing everything possible to clear your energy. Usnea, or Usnea, I call it Usnea. It's a moss. A lot of the time it can be used for lung health, clearing out the lungs, asthmatics. It's interesting. The lungs take in breath every second. If you also look at the lungs under radiography, they're like if they have barium or whatever it is, they shine them up. It's the tree of life. It's the tree of life. The tree of life is within each of us. This is going to sound so fucking cheesy. It's like within each of us. We have this beautiful, thriving tree of life within us, and each breath that we take, we feed it. But if we're not breathing, if we're underwater, if we are emotionally distraught, taking in poor food, not breathing good air, not getting out into the fresh air, not experiencing life, not experiencing change, that tree starts to die, and it rots out from within us. We have to heal that. Somebody here is going through a very deep transformation, and it's happening, but you have to cleanse this energy out. It's time to move forward here. With the Hermit, deep consideration for the self and how you can utilize that for your future. It's intentional. Show me more for Pisces. I'm going to pull a Nocturna and we'll be done. Show me for Pisces. You have 2 cards. 2 sea creatures, Pisces. Just like you, 2 fishes flying in directions, different directions. You have manta ray and starfish. So manta ray, grace, calmness. Despite being the world's largest ray with a wingspan of up to 9 meters, the manta ray glides effortlessly through the water with grace and confidence. While manta rays will stay in the shallow waters for feeding and mating, they can dive as deep as 450 meters. As with the depths of the ocean, the manta ray reminds us to explore the depths of our emotions with calmness and composure. Going within, this hermit, going within, deep searching, deep understanding, deep acceptance. That's one of the hardest things for human beings, is self-acceptance. Acceptance of our flaws, acceptance of our problems, our actions, the things that we create, exceptions of our situations in regard to partnerships where things have fallen apart and we would rather take the victim position and not look at ourselves and what we've contributed to a situation. Self-acceptance, but self-exploration with the aim and goal to change. Starfish. Healing, regrowth, sensory. A starfish is one of the many creatures that can regrow a lost limb. The many nerves that stretch from the center of the animal to its arms even allows a completely severed limb to regenerate into a whole new starfish. Loss is painful, but is a very inevitable and necessary part of life. However, with each experience, there is opportunity for learning and growth. Absolutely. Absolutely. You have the opportunity to heal this. That tree of life in our lungs, keep breathing, regenerate it, bring more life to the limbs, regrow the lost limb. It feels like somebody's lost a piece of themselves here and they have to do everything they can to preserve and, get back to being whole. So, Pisces, I'm going to leave this reading at that. I hope it was helpful for you. If it was, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And if you choose to donate, there's a link in the description box below. And I hope that you're well. I love you guys, and I will see you in a few weeks.